So the topic for this conversation really came up because we have this private group and we're constantly asking members, what are they struggling with? And one thing that just keeps reappearing constantly is how real estate agents should be marketing themselves. By the way, if you haven't met me yet, my name is Emmanuel. I am the founder and senior brand strategist over at Square One Group, where our mission is really to help you, if you're in real estate, identify your expertise to scale your business. Now, 1 in 5 members that enter our private group really ask this question of how they should be better marketing themselves. And I wanted to break down a very, very simple strategy for you to help you kind of navigate this process of self-promotion or self-branding or self-marketing. But before I get into it, I do want to just point out a couple things that I usually see real estate agents get wrong about marketing themselves. And it really boils down into 3 main categories. Now, problem post number 1 that I see a lot of agents doing is really talking about their listings. This really doesn't do any of your clients justice. This is more of just gassing you up, showing that you're being productive, but typically most of your prospects aren't going to find any value in this. Item number 2 is talking about your market or market reports. Oh my gosh, I can't stress this enough. I have a bunch of real estate agents on my feed, and whenever I see a market report, I immediately look at engagement. It's like, I don't know, I would say it's like the kryptonite for leads or the kryptonite for conversations. Don't post about market reports. No one cares about those. And I guess big item number 3 that I see a lot of agents posting that really just does not move the needle in terms of their personal brand or their marketing is posting about generic content. Now, there's a big difference between content that speaks to you and your personality versus generic content. Now, if you're a big football fan and your team is in the playoffs and you're gonna post about that, well, chances are you're gonna get engagement because the people inside of your sphere, they're probably the same types of fans also, and they're gonna, either cheer you on or maybe you might get someone that's not really a fan of your football team and they might, think otherwise. But yeah, you can post about that. That's something about you personally that really opens up the shade of, or the veil of secrecy about your personal life and really just helps you feel a little bit more down to earth and make you more approachable. Conversely, if you're posting about a recipe for, I don't know, apple pie, like that, no one cares about that. They can Google that information. And you're a real estate agent. Why the heck are they going to be looking at some generic recipe about, an apple pie that you're posting, and that's going to lead into some new business? Long story short, don't post generic content. That's kind of the moral of the story. Now, the reason I bring this up is because a lot of agents, this is where they get this part wrong, and it's simply because they haven't identified who exactly they're talking to. By the way, I highly recommend you check out this video right here, putting the card right here. It really breaks down the psychology of identifying someone specifically to talk to. Like, there's a big difference between your sphere and your audience. And if you're in real estate and you're really trying to move this lead gen needle, you need to stop talking to your sphere and start talking to your audience. So if you got some free time, video right here, that card right there, go ahead and click on it. All right, now when it comes to marketing yourself or creating social media content to help market yourself, I've really broken this down as easy as possible for you to execute. And it's really just 3 main steps. So let me hop into my iPad now and let me break down these 3 steps real quick. All right, step number 1 is all about talking to your avatar. But more specifically, really, and the way I always like to put it, Russell Brunson, creator of ClickFunnels, he talks about digging 3 levels deep. So this is my really bad picture of a shovel, and we want to dig 3 levels deep into our avatar because inevitably what we're trying to find out is the true motivator for the reason they're looking for help. So think of it this way: ask why 3 times. The moral of this is try to, dig deep to really find what is truly motivating your avatar to want to conduct a real estate transaction, maybe buying their first home or moving to a bigger home. Find out what truly is that motivator. All right, the big thing here is you really need to dig deep. You need to really peel apart the onion of your avatar, because through the process of peeling apart the onion, you're gonna find some gems, some unique pieces of content that most other agents or realtors in your community are not talking about. But you wanna find those gems, what's really, really, really pushing them to make that next step in a real estate transaction. Which then leads to step number 2. And step number 2 is to craft the plan. So what you're gonna see is that after talking to your avatars, you're gonna find that they have these deep-rooted issues or problems that are motivating them to do a real estate transaction. Now, your job is to find solutions to these problems. So if this is the problem, you are gonna make your little roadmap to said solution. By the way, quick side note here. Psychologists have a term, it's called pathways thinking, which essentially means your ability to find or create many workable paths to a given outcome. Now, I say this because you'll find after talking to your avatar, there might be more than one way to skin a cat, so to speak. So think about all the different ways to solve their problem and really start creating plans for those solutions to said problem. And that leads to step number 3. And step number 3 is all about creating that content to talk about the solutions to said problems. And here is my really bad picture of a blowhorn, but that is the goal. You want to start spreading the good news about all of the solutions that you've identified based off of you speaking with your avatar to solve their problems. Now, you can do this by creating Facebook posts, email blasts, Instagram reels, YouTube videos. Just the point of this is get the message out there. Get the message out there about you solving avatar problems. And really, by doing this, what will end up happening is that all of the avatars that you may not know will likely see this information. And by you constantly providing value, providing solutions to their problems, it will indoctrinate them into your process, into your way of thinking. And then from there, the more they consume of you, providing this good word, the more it will build trust within them. And then over time, they're gonna likely reach out and then inquire about potentially working with you. Look, I know this is a super simple strategy, but you would be surprised how effective this strategy works. And I'll be honest, you'd be surprised at how many realtors do not actually do this. And that's it. A super simple strategy to get you out there and to start marketing yourself. Nothing fancy, no crazy CRM talk, nothing about Canva and making these fancy pictures, no special apps for creating videos. It's very, very simple. Identify an avatar, figure out their problems, find out solutions or create solutions to those problems, and then promote those solutions. And that's it. By the way, if you want access to that private Facebook group, leaving the link to that group in the description below. That said, if you found value in this and you want to see more really good stuff just like this video, then check out this video right here. Till the next one, bye.